Every growing business, at some point, it hits a wall, a point where the very systems that are supposed to help you, well, they start to hold you back. Today, we're going to dig into how to break down that wall and get every single part of your company working together totally seamlessly. So let me ask you this. Does running your business ever feel like you're trying to navigate a maze, blindfolded? Your financial data's over here, your supply chain info is way over there, and all those critical customer details are, well, they're somewhere else entirely. It's frustrating, right? And believe me, it is an incredibly common problem.
And this isn't just some tech issue, it's what we're calling the modern business maze. And in this section, we're going to take a closer look at all the dead ends and confusing turns this kind of fragmentation creates in your day-to-day operations. So what does this maze actually feel like? Well, these are the symptoms. It all starts with fragmented data, which basically means you can never really see the whole picture at once. And that, of course, leads to inconsistent processes, because no two teams are ever on the same page. The result? Your most valuable people get stuck doing tedious, error-prone manual data entry, just wasting precious time that they could be spending on actually growing the business.
And here's the real kicker. All of those symptoms lead to something called information silos. It's like each department becomes its own little island, hoarding its own data. And that doesn't just slow things down, it can seriously cripple your ability to compete and make smart, fast decisions.
But what if there was a way to build bridges between those islands? Well, that's where the solution we're focusing on today comes in, Microsoft's Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations, or as we'll call it, F&O. It's a platform designed specifically to get you out of that maze. At its very core, F&O is what's called a unified platform. And as you can see here, it's all about bringing everything, and I mean everything, into one single integrated system. Finance, operations, manufacturing, supply chain, they're all finally speaking the same language. The silos, they're effectively dismantled. This chart right here, it perfectly captures the transformation. I mean, look at this. Fragmented data becomes a single source of truth. All those tedious manual processes, they give way to intelligent automation. Guesswork gets replaced by real-time analytics. And those clunky, inconsistent workflows, they evolve into streamlined collaboration. It's a fundamental shift in how a business can actually operate. So how does F&O actually pull this off? Let's pop the hood, open up the toolkit, and take a look at the key capabilities that really power this whole transformation.
First up, let's talk about financial management. This is not just about balancing the books at the end of the month. No, this is about getting a live, real-time view of your company's financial health right this second. Think about automating things like accounts payable and receivable. That frees up your team from all that repetitive work and gives you precise, up-to-the-minute control over your cash flow. Next, the supply chain. F&O helps you completely master your inventory, so no more tying up cash in products that just aren't selling or running out of your most popular items. It helps you improve your forecasting to anticipate demand, which all leads to that one ultimate goal every business wants: delivering to your customers on time, every single time. And this unification, it extends all the way to your customers. Imagine your service team having a complete 360-degree view of every single customer interaction, every purchase, every call, every issue. So when a client calls, their entire history is right there, instantly. This means faster resolutions, more personalized service, and ultimately, happier, more loyal customers. Okay, now I want to zoom in on one area where this whole unified approach is just a massive game changer: the manufacturing floor. Manufacturing today is tough, right? Products are getting way more complex. Customers want things faster and more customized than ever. And you always have to keep a close eye on cost to stay profitable. It's a super high-pressure environment with very little room for error. And for manufacturers, this is where that F&O toolkit becomes a superpower. Just look at this breakdown. Shop floor control gives you a live, real-time view of production as it's happening. Material requirements planning makes sure you never run out of crucial parts mid-run. You can build quality management into every single step, and you can track your production costs with surgical precision. Each feature is a direct, tangible advantage on that factory floor. Okay, so we've seen the problem, and we've looked at the tools. But what does this transformation actually deliver? Let's talk about the payoff, the real-world business benefits. The outcomes here are pretty huge. You get increased efficiency, much better resource management, and way tighter cost control. And that new reliability, it leads directly to stronger customer satisfaction. But maybe the biggest win of all,
every single decision, from the top floor to the shop floor, is finally driven by accurate, real-time data. You know, this quote really captures the essence of the whole thing. The ultimate goal is to break down those silos we talked about at the very beginning. It's really about fostering collaboration and getting everyone working from the same playbook, all looking at the same data.
And that brings us to our final thought. Just take a moment and really think about this. What could your business, your team achieve if everyone had access to a single, reliable source of truth? What new efficiencies could you find? What new opportunities could you seize? That is the power of a truly unified system.